how to code using those three types. So first, let's see. You have to type Mozilla Thimble. Oopsies. You have to write Mozilla Thimble. Then click on the link that says Mozilla Thimble. See all this stuff. I'm going to scroll down and press this try it at thimble.mozilla.org. We're going to start a project from scratch. Got the thing. I'm just going to delete everything. We're going to start from scratch. So first we're going to have our HTML tag. Notice these are in brackets and it auto completes the ending for you when you put the closing brackets. Anyways, let's get started with our head tag, which please spelled with the word head. Then we're going to get out and then type our body tag. And then inside our body tag, we're going to type an H1 tag, spelled H, a lowercase h, and then 1. And then in that, it'll be everything heading 1. So if I write Pokemon, Pokemon is awesome, it's apparently gonna put it up here. Then I'm gonna go under it and get an H2, spelled lowercase h and a 2. In this, I'm gonna write by in my name. But in between, we need an image. It's just boring with 2 words saying Pokemon is awesome and Flash. So we're gonna go out here, type. I'm gonna type Pokemon, but really, you have to type whatever you want, and you could write GIF if you wanted to move. So anyways, I want to choose this cool one, which is in space, because that's what it usually default gives you, but it doesn't on this, I guess. I'm gonna delete that Pokemon Go logo, and I'm just gonna write Pokemon. It's gonna be saved. I'm gonna have to. Okay, so it's gonna be saved, and it's gonna load on down here. If I go back to Mozilla Thimble, take this and drag it into the space. It appears here, but our file is called index.html. We're gonna click on it, and then between the H1 and H2, we're gonna put something called an image tag. It's spelled IMG. It's not image. You don't write image. You have to write IMG, SRC. And then that means image source. And then you see it comes down here. That means you can hit return, and then it comes for you. And then everything that's here is over here. I'm gonna click enter again. And if I put the closed brackets, whoa, that's too big. But that's good for now. If you like to, you could write with equals and in double quotes 300. Actually, that doesn't work. I think you have to write it using in the head, which I'll later teach you. But first, actually, we're done. So now I'll teach you how to do that. First, we're gonna write something called style. It's spelled style. And if I close it, it gives me the same thing, but it's on the right of my cursor. So I'm gonna have to press return 2 times. Then inside, I'm gonna press space a couple times and write the word body with parentheses. Basically means whatever I write in this code is going to be applied for everything inside body. So I'm gonna press return 2 times and put a closing brace. In that, I'm gonna write text, a line. It already comes up here. I'm gonna click return, and then the center already comes up here. So I'm gonna press center. And then for each line you have to put a semicolon. And for some reason this doesn't refresh, although the auto is on, so I'm gonna refresh it, and you find it's in the middle. Oopsies. So now you see what happened to the image. Ew. Okay, fine. So take line center, and I'm also gonna go back and write background, and then I put a colon, and I'm gonna type. Oopsies, that's not how it's spelled. Oh, finally, and then in this, all right, linear gradient. And then I'm gonna put two parentheses. In those parentheses, I'm gonna write red and white. So that means it's gonna contrast red and white. Put any two basic colors, but for now I'm just gonna keep it red and white. Then I wanna press the semicolon button. But if you're gonna type more, you have to add it. Then if I put image, and I put the opening curly brace, and then I enter 2 times, close it, and then inside I type width, then I press enter, and then if I put 300 pixels, it becomes 300 pixels. That's basically what you do for CSS. Now let's start JavaScript. Now this may not be as hard as you think it is. So I'm gonna make some line after H2, write something called a script tag. And then it gives me this same thing that happened with the style. As same, I'm gonna press return 2 times. And inside, I'm gonna write something called, oh yeah, just a minute. So we have to go back here and then add a space after the image and write on click. It's gonna come, so I'm going to press enter. In there, I'm gonna write something called alert. It's spelled alert. 2 parentheses. In those, I'm gonna put single quotes, because if you have a double quote outside, you're gonna have to put a single quote inside. In that, I'm going to write, let's see, Pokemon. Well, that's a title. But you can find Pokemon around the world. And then so when I click this, find Pokemon around the world. So yeah, I'm gonna write something called var. I'm gonna name it variable question equals prompt. Then I put 2 curly braces. Oopsies. When you do this, you have to off the auto refresh. And then so inside the prompt, I'm gonna put double quotation marks, and inside I'm gonna write, do you like Pokemon? Then as for CSS, you have to put semicolons for each line, but it's kind of confusing where you have to put it, so you have to be alert of that. So I'm gonna write an if statement. I'm gonna write if, and then I'm gonna write 2 parentheses. In those, I'm not gonna put any of these. Well, I am gonna put them, but not for the entire thing. if I want to call question, see it comes out here because we already made a variable called question. So hit enter, it's gonna say that. And then I'm gonna have to type 3 equal signs right next to each other. And then double quotation marks, I'm gonna write yes. I'm gonna go down here, do not write a semicolon because that means it's gonna do what for the if statement. If you put a semicolon here, it's not gonna work for the if statement. If it don't, it is gonna work for the if statement. If question equals yes, alert. Nice. Then put else. I'm gonna alert. Okay, just because I can't think of anything at the moment. So that means when I refresh the page, it's gonna ask me, do you like Pokemon? And remember, if you type a capital, even write a capital yes, it's still gonna say okay because it only wants you with the lowercase yes. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you next time. Bye.